Chapter 29 Demon Kingdom. In the land above the demon realm there is a vast area that is the location of the demon kingdom, the location of the demon emperor's palace, the supreme ruler. Above the palace of the demon realm there were three black-robed figures floating in front of the palace wall. The three shadows were our Yin Heng, the heavenly demon sect master. Fire Cloud Elder and the three wolf demon elders came to Demon Palace to beg demon sword gods to help fight against Emerald Crabby Office. In the hall of the palace, demon emperor sitting on the throne, he said that the heavenly demon sect had come to the demon palace. I don't know if there is any story. Our Yang Heng explained that Your Majesty, because we are at war with Emerald Crabby Office but instead was intervened by two extraterrestrial masters although they weren't very high in cultivation powers. But there was a strange technique that we couldn't cope with, along with telling the Emperor about the past battles. Our Yang Heng said that we came here to invite the demon sword god to defeat the saints outside the world that violates the laws of dimensions, travel across dimensions to invade our saint world. The demon emperor said that there was such a thing. Even if an saint from another world broke the rules of the dimension, there was a chaos in the saint world. We can't let this happen any longer. Did not know that the saints of the Emerald Sword sect how to treat an extraterrestrial Shan. Our Yang Heng said, the Emerald Sword sect had no consciousness, returned to welcome the extraterrestrial saints and still reside in the sect. This was considered a serious violation of the rules of the saint world, and should bring an extraterrestrial disaster into our saint land. If we let the extraterrestrial saints come in and out freely, if they come together a lot, the saint world would definitely never be peaceful. The demon emperor said when the Emerald Sword sect and the extraterrestrial saints broke such a serious rule, our demon land would not be indifferent. But to invite the demon sword gods, who was the supreme ancestor of the demon realm, to act, was afraid that it would not be appropriate. Because the demon sword god is considered to be the most sacred deity of our land. But the demon sword god, there were 5 disciples who had cultivated to the saint level together. We, the emperor, would send disciples of the Asura sword god. Go and help them see if they are more appropriate. Our Yin Heng heard this and was delighted. Demon Emperor support their request. Even the demon sword gods would not be able to do it on their own, but having a disciple who had practiced the saint-level sword energy to join in it should be able to deal with extraterrestrial saints as well. The demon emperor immediately said, "Summon Holy General Tonghua, come in." The sound of the guards accepting suddenly announced that pick up the Holy General Tonghua, who is a master disciple of the demon sword god, came in. A moment later, a large man in majestic golden armor walked into the imperial hall. He knelt down and bowed and said, "May the emperor live for 10,000 years." The emperor admitted that the general did not have to be courteous. Who summoned the general this time was to want her mother to deal with the extraterrestrial saints who violated the rules of interdimensional dimensions to cause chaos, along with a decree that he went to capture them and punish them urgently. Our Yang Heng told about the war with the Emerald Sword sect, listened carefully and expressed concern over the spirit bows of the extraterrestrial saints that were difficult to deal with. It can also be converted into a fire arrow, attacking until the army of the heavenly demon sect had to retreat from the battle. General Tonghua heard of the spirit archery power of an extraterrestrial saint, and was stunned for a moment. Because I've never heard of this type of subject before, and I'm not sure will his 10,000 skyscraper sword technique be able to destroy an extraterrestrial master's spirit archery. He had only cultivated at the 5th level, which was the intermediate level of the sword breaking through the sky only. But when the emperor has an order, General Tong Hua immediately accepted the order and took action. Above the sky, the Emerald Sword sect, there were 15 shadows of the heavenly demon sect's Saint Master. And divine demon General Tong Hua appeared. The holy general's voice resounded throughout the sky, saying, "Extraterrestrial saints, come out and surrender yourself. You have violated the rules of the interworld dimensions and have entered the saint world into chaos. I, as a holy general in charge of this world, will bring you punishment according to the rules of the land." When the Master of the Emerald Sword and the senior saints of the Emerald Sword sect, including Mantra and Thrift, heard so, floated outside the curtain of energy. Sect Master Yizhao joined hands to bow. The Holy Commander said the general will bring an extraterrestrial saint to be punished for breaking the law of dimensions. It can be done. But since the two Saint Masters came to this world by accident and our sect was at war with the heavenly demon sect, extended it in. When things turn out like this, I'll tell the extraterrestrial saints to return to their own world. The Holy Commander said when an extraterrestrial saint breaks the rules, he will simply go back. Probably not because of the Emperor's order to capture them and punish them. Prabhu heard the holy general say so, then laughed and said, "Relying only on you to catch us and punish you, are you capable?" Speaking, while clenching his fists tightly, both hands held up in front of him, suddenly a bright light flashed around the thrifty, and around his hands there is also hand arrows floated on each side, 3 arrows on each side, immediately ready to deal with the holy general. The holy general saw this and knew that an extraterrestrial saint wouldn't be so easily captured, must be forced. Thinking of that, he summoned a sword in his hand, a huge golden sword, more than 4 feet long, emitting a brilliant light. Ready to say that when you want to resist, try to accept my sword. Finished speaking, the sword slashed out with a huge golden light that immediately flew towards the saver. Seeing this, he hurried up a fire arrow and smashed into the sword energy fiercely. There was a loud rumbling sound. The surrounding mountains collapsed from the impact. Even the aura of the Emerald Sword sect showed signs of trembling from the energy waves that radiated around. Safe to return and fly more than 1 kilometer from the impact force, indicating that the energy of Thrifty's chi is 1 level inferior to that of the Holy General. I heard a Thrifty voice saying, "Let's get some of my hand bows." Finished speaking, the black light from the 6 hand bows violently charged towards the Holy Army. The Holy General slashed his sword once more. 9 lines of sword energy appeared and collided with the light beams of the 6 hand bows. Mantra saw the 9 strings of sword profound energy emanating from it, looking and saving it couldn't handle it. He clenched his fist and slammed it away with great force. Appears to have the power a dimension from the Klong Taki and Ring Buddha image streaking out of the mantra's hand. Absorbing all 9 strings of sword chi mysteriously disappeared like a huge black hole that could absorb everything. As the 6 hand arrows continued to shoot violently towards the divine general's body. Bang! After that, the holy general's body flew more than a kilometer away because it was unable to defend it in time. He did not think that the sword energy that he sent out would unexpectedly disappear, so he was unexpectedly attacked by a bow and arrow. When his body stopped, the holy general was seriously injured and spat out a huge mouthful of blood. The holy general said that the otherworldly saints didn't take into account the rules of battle, using squash and hurting me. I will never forget this injury and will surely return to you. finished speaking, the general who followed him immediately flew away. The saints of the Emerald Sword sect saw this ending, their expressions grim. Because he knew that today's story would not easily escalate, the extraterrestrial saint attacked the demon emperor's staff. The ruler of the saint world until he was injured. The imperial palace must definitely bring an army to capture the two saints. The heavenly demon sect's Saint Master, when he saw the holy general being attacked and wounded in the blink of an eye, his eyes trembled. It could be seen that even if the 10 of them acted, they would not be able to easily defeat an extraterrestrial saint. If the war will start again, there will be a loss for sure, but felt a sense of joy in his heart because from now on, the person who is the enemy of the extraterrestrial saint is not. The heavenly demon sect was already a demon emperor, with the highest skill in the world and has many highly skilled servants. The extraterrestrial saint should be nearing its end. Voice of the Saitama ancestor rang us back the next day, come again now. Emerald Crabby offers he must have been in trouble because he was a direct enemy to the kingdom. We just sit and wait for the day of the collapse of the Emerald Sword sect. After saying that, he suddenly let out a loud laugh as he floated away and led his comrades away.